by the Children's Ministry. What's more, his lawyer has told him it may take up to a year to get her back, if at all. And there are two key issues at work here. Should the child have been apprehended in the first place? And why would it take months before a parent could even challenge an apprehension in court?
You guys don't know what you're doing because she jumped a fence, because my 9-year-old knows how to jump a fence and doesn't know what danger is. You're going to take her away from those who love her. You look in my eyes.
You can hear the anguish in the father's voice as his oldest son records the day the ministry came to take away 9-year-old Ain. 4 days earlier, she climbed her tree fort and jumped over a 6-foot-high fence. Because she's autistic, her dad called 911. About 3.5 hours later, she was found playing quietly in a neighbor's backyard 2 doors down. That was apparently enough to trigger a visit from the government.
They just said that due to Ain's behavior and due to Ain's recent escape, her behaviors in school and her recent escape, they felt that this was too much for one person to handle. And they were going to lighten my load.
Since that day, his case has gone viral on social networks like Facebook. Thousands of people have weighed in, including his ex-wife, all of them supporting him as a good father. Derek is the first to admit his daughter can be a handful, especially in school. But he says at home, she's a different, much calmer person. He says since she was taken, the ministry has asked for a photo of him, and Ain carries it with her all day at an undisclosed location for comfort.
A government should not be allowed to come in and coercively remove a child and begin drugging these children without any input from the parent in such a short period of time, that no medical professional can make a proper assessment of a child, not only in such a short period of time, but under those circumstances. Because though I may know what happened and the social workers may believe they did not abduct her, Ain does not know that.
It's a very troubling case because this family, like many others, is facing significant delays to get justice in our family court system in the province. And it's very clear, justice delayed is truly justice denied. It may be up to a year before the fate of this poor girl is decided.
Even the Autism Society has written to the Ministry of Children and Family Development, urging it to return Ain to her father, who would be well aware of her needs. The letter also suggests the girl, if left in the ministry's care for months waiting for a court hearing, could be harmed irreparably.
As usual, the Ministry of Children and Family Development says it won't speak to specific cases due to privacy issues, but the ministry did issue a standard statement saying, quote, "The decision to remove a child is never made lightly. It is done to protect the safety of the child. Our goal is always to return a child to his or her family, but only when it is safe to do so." Autism Society of BC is speaking out tonight about the seizure of another young girl by the Children's Ministry. We told you last night a 9-year-old girl with autism was taken from her single father after she wandered away from her home, something autistic children are prone to do. While the ministry, as usual, is refusing to comment on the case, citing privacy issues, the Autism Society is sounding an alarm, saying the government could be doing the girl irreparable damage.
The public outrage over what's happening to 9-year-old Ain Van Dyke and her distressed father is growing. Ain, who is autistic, was taken from her Abbotsford home last month after she wandered away from the property, but was found 3 hours later playing in a neighbor's backyard. There's a petition to bring Ain Van Dyke home that has, of this afternoon, almost 2,500 postings from all over the world, and it's certainly caught the attention of anyone who's ever dealt with autism.
By all accounts, Derek is a loving, kind, competent, and capable parent. He's formed a remarkable relationship with his daughter. In this case, Ain appears to have been taken due to her behaviors, which are very common to all children on the autism spectrum. We're not sure whether the foster parents have any expertise or knowledge in dealing with children on the autism spectrum. We're concerned that there's going to be a 6-week minimum psychiatric evaluation, and we're not sure why that is necessary.
What troubles many people is the fact Derek has a second child who's autistic, and the Ministry of Children and Family Development seems to be fine with that child staying in the home. And then there's the question of drugs, now being used on Ain to calm her down.
I don't believe Ain needs it. So, I mean, I've never been 100% opposed to drugs. I just think that we should not be drugging our children in order to make them easier to manage.
Medical reports given to Derek show Children's Hospital in Vancouver has since examined Ain and found no signs of bruising or any indication of mistreatment. That among the drugs she's been given, there's 75 milligrams of chlorpromazine, an antipsychotic drug, twice a day. The report goes on to say the recommended dosage is 75 milligrams total for the day.
I'm not an expert on drugs, so it's hard for me to comment, but I understand that there are some serious side effects of the drugs that she's been given, and one of the real concerns is that she's been getting double the medication that is recommended for one of the drugs, and there was an exclamation mark after that on the hospital report, so I think they might be concerned as well.
Derek isn't surprised they have to use that kind of dosage to calm his daughter down. Parents with autistic children know all too well trust and a familiar environment are key to establishing a communication link. Taking Ein into a total foreign environment would be traumatic for any 9-year-old, let alone one who is autistic.